Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Yalek, and I should probably put this into Do Not Disturb, so let's go ahead and do that. Yep. Hello? Anybody home? Okay. Just took this guy out a little while ago, and wanted to share this hit, and also a funny story to go along with this hit. I never made a video about it, but a while back, I showed, took some screenshots and showed my friends what one guy did to me. Now, as a general rule, you don't put shield generators right next to your HQ, and I'm about to show you why. However, this guy was a little cagier than most. He had his ice, he had his shield gen right in front of his HQ. His HQ is a little further back, let's say here. But I think he had a shield gen right in this area relative to his HQ, like where this boom cannon is. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, you're stupid. And as it turns out, I was the dumb one, because I ran up unboosted, ran up along the way, stopped, popped the shield generator, went for the HQ, and the HQ was supposed to do what this one is going to do in a minute, which was die. But unfortunately for me, I had not scouted this base well enough. So things happen really quickly when after we're going to pop this shield generator here, and then you have to re-smoke and get another smoke onto the HQ, and you got to flare over there before your warriors are spread around and run pell-mell. So things happen really quickly, and all of a sudden I looked at the HQ as my warriors were spreading around it, and there's still a shield. So I'm like, oh no, maybe I didn't have the damage to kill it in one swing, so I threw sort of a panic artillery down, not fully looking yet, down where the shield was. And as the artillery was coming in, I was able to look down there, and there was no shield on that spot anymore. The gen that was there had been destroyed with just a single swing, which meant that this guy had another shield generator hidden somewhere. He had a tree base, so it wouldn't work too well with this. It wouldn't work too well with these kinds of trees, but he had his base was in the green part of my map. So he had green trees and green grass, and those trees are bigger, and he'd hidden a shield generator. I don't know why I'm doing this. He'd hidden a shield generator really well back in his trees, and one of the telltale signs when there is a shield generator is that there'll be a power cord running from the generator over to your HQ. He'd hidden that as well. Very, very sneakily. He'd used his statues, and he had a row of statues, just sort of like, I don't know, where'd my pen go? No, pen? There it is. So he had a row of statues behind his HQ, kind of going like this, and it was a little odd, but I didn't really think much of it until after the fact, and so I went back. Of course I lost because he still had half a shield up, and it was an ice base, so my warriors were not getting that down, unboosted of all things too. And so I went back and looked later, like trying to find where he'd hidden the damn thing, and yeah, I mean, I had to give it to him. It was really super clever. I took the screenshot. I don't think I have it anymore. There was like one tiny spot on the map where you could see the power cable. You see that little power cable? It was less than that because he'd hidden it so well in his trees and with his statues. So good for him. There was, I mean, it was funny. It wasn't funny in the moment, but then, after, it's funny in retrospect because that was a really clever trap base. That was a trick base, and my fault for not scouting better. Anyway, what was supposed to happen is what happens here. So this guy he has just the one shield generator. I checked. And it's really a critical mistake. If you have a gen, don't put it right next to your HQ, and this is why. Even putting it directly behind the HQ it's just too close, and it's too easy for me to... This is an unboosted hit. You go back and look at the stats later. It's just too easy for me. It doesn't cost me much extra GBE to go back here, smash this down, and then go for the HQ. And I still have enough for GBE for a couple of shocks to protect my warriors and let them work. So I debated, cleared some mines around the HQ and barraged down here to clear my path. This one boom mine escaped. I debated leaving it there, and then I decided, nah, whatever, take it out. And the smokes down here, primarily because of the blaster on the beach, wouldn't have been necessary to smoke so low, but with the blaster on the beach, you don't want it to grab bullet. So I made sure that bullet was covered up in the center of this formation. This is the thing you have to love about warriors. They are, I mean, they don't have super high health, but they are not fragile. So you can do something like this and then just heal them up later. So 2 smokes, a little fat around the HQ, so because they're going to run wide and we want them protected. And then the plan here is we're going to use bullet and taunt and distract with some critters and smash, resmoke, and flare over to the HQ. Now the only thing with these hits is you have to figure out where bullet's going to land, and if bullet had ended up to the other side of this HQ, I would have been, well, I would have had to do things a little differently. So once you get to this point, you really do need to check where your hero is so you can figure out pretty quickly what it is you're going to have to shock. So shocking away from bullet things that are not near him as much as possible, because it's the things opposite you that are going to be a problem for your warriors. And I mean, I did lose a fair number of warriors here, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm pretty sure that this guy with his ice back there I'm pretty sure that this guy with his ice and his shield was thinking that he was cool and this was not going to happen to him anymore, and he wouldn't have to worry about, you know, stinking warrior attacks, because everyone hates being attacked by warriors, right? Well, wrong. And yeah, wouldn't be possible if he'd moved that shield generator like somewhere off to the side and if I had to do extra smokes, but he didn't and I didn't, so down that went. And so yeah, to recap, that was a really nasty trick the one guy played on me. This was a nasty trick that I played on this fellow, and he turned it around on me, and that was hilarious. So if you ever keep ice and shield generators around, be sure to do it that way. Try to hide the cord, try to hide the thing behind trees, and you'll get some pretty funny replays, because I'm pretty sure when he watched that one, he got a giggle out of it at my expense, and good for him, because he deserved it. Anyway, thumbs up, all that stuff. I don't have time for it, so whatever you're gonna do. And I'll catch you guys later. Out.